Hello and welcome to the Daily Ramble here on Claret and Booze. My name's Gary. Got an interesting show for you today. First of all, I just want to look back very briefly to Newcastle at the weekend. Interesting trip up there. And look forward to potentially the return of Felipe Anderson to West Ham. And then I'm going to touch on the upcoming European draw because there are some key games happening next week and the week after. Before finishing by saying a few words about Chelsea. Looking forward to that at the weekend. Come on, West Ham. Okay, so give this video a watch. If you like it, if you enjoy it, please subscribe to our channel, Claret and Booze, here on YouTube. Give the video a like and hit the bell notification icon. It helps us a lot. So first of all, looking back at the game at the weekend, the Newcastle game, it was a good trip up there actually. Really good. It's always a great place to go, Newcastle. The locals are actually really nice. Apart from the teenagers can be a bit excitable, but then again, our teenagers are a little bit like that as well, aren't they? Especially after the game. After the game, you sort of penned in by the police while the teenagers were over the other side giving a load of abuse. But hey, you can't have a go at people because of their teenagers. And they were running amok over the road as well. But onto the game. The game was fantastic. I mean, it was a really strong performance from West Ham. And there are three players that I picked out. Aguerd, Rice, and Paqueta. The same three players that everybody's going to pick out. Three very strong performances from our key players. And if we keep that up, if those three players can keep playing as well as they are, and we can stay away from getting many more injuries, and we can get Zuma back as well, and Kera can stay injured for a while because he tends to cost us a goal whenever he plays. I think, we might be all right. And really is all I'm interested in is staying up. Staying up and maybe winning a cup like the Conference League. We'll talk about that in a minute. But we do need to score more goals. We're not scoring enough goals. One goal from a set piece. It was a good goal, and it's great to see Paqueta open his account. But you do want to see more goals from open play, and we've got to see. I'm aching to see West Ham set up in a more offensive way. I understand when we go away from Newcastle, a team that are flying, that we might want to sit back and consolidate a bit and maybe soak it up. You're not gonna go up there and go all out attack, are you? But when you're looking forward to the games that we've got coming up, especially the likes of Nottingham Forest, for instance, I want to see a more attacking approach. I want to see us go and take those points. Anyway, look, on to the next item. So Felipe Anderson is playing absolutely brilliant for Lazio. He's an ever-present in their side. He's scored 6 goals this season so far, 6 goals last season, with around 10 assists across both seasons. He's played 59 games for him since he left us for £4 million, down from the 35 million. We made a 31 million quid loss on that guy. It's really hard to believe, and unfortunately, well, I hope it doesn't happen. But as I'm going to show you in a minute, Lazio are one of the sides that we could be facing in the round of 16 or later at some point in this competition in the European Conference League. Now that is a cheap transfer that could very well come back to haunt us because we know how good Anderson is when he's playing well, right? He's a good player. We let him go for peanuts. We were absolutely mugged in that deal. Let's be honest. Quick mention to Alex Krul, by the way, who is currently rooted to the bottom of the Bundesliga with Schalke, having played 18 games. So, I don't know, maybe Moyes weren't such a bad judge of character for Alex Krul after all. He doesn't seem to be doing too well for himself since he's moved on. On to Europe. So the draw for the round of 16, that happens. So that's our next round, right? That happens on the 24th of February, so that's only a few weeks away. Between now and then, you've got the round of 32, or the playoffs as they call it, where you've got the teams that drop down out of the Europa League, plus the teams that finish second in the groups, playing against each other for the privilege of playing the likes of West Ham. Right? Those games happen next week on the 16th of February and the following week on the 23rd of February. And the teams to look out for are, as I've already said, Felipe Anderson's Lazio, who play a big side called CFR Cluj. Ever heard of them? Me neither. Don't know who they are. Anderlecht, who we know all about already, having played in the groups. I think they're probably going to come out. They're going to come through against their side. Fiorentina are playing against Braga. Partizan are against Sheriff, and these are basically the ones I've heard of, right? And then Basel versus Trabzonspor. Again, they're all the teams in European competition from recent years that I recognise, you know. So I'm assuming they might be, you know, they might have something about them, but I think really the ones to fear are the Italian sides, Fiorentina and Lazio, especially Lazio. So hopefully we'll see Lazio get knocked out in the playoffs, giving us a nice clear road through to win the Conference League. So we're only a few rounds away, actually. That's the round of 16. So obviously then you know, what's that? So round of 16, 8, 4 final. So it's only 3 double headers between us and the final, and that's quite exciting, really, isn't it? So let's hope we can go one step further than what we did in the in the Europa League last year, and then we can get back into the Europa League, straight back into the group stage. Be brilliant. So looking ahead to this weekend, we've got Chelsea. We've got Chelsea on Saturday morning at 12:30. Now I hate early kickoffs, can't stand them. Team news for us: Cornet has gone back to France. And as someone said, I talked about Cornet last week, and someone said, oh, he's been to France, he's probably been to Lourdes. Yeah, maybe he has. But anyway, he's gone back to France to see the specialist who sent him back to England last week. I don't know what's gone wrong. But anyway, let's hope, fingers crossed, that he can get fixed. Apparently Skamaka is back in training now, which is a good sign. The more strikers, the merrier. You know, we've got a fit Antonio. We've got a relatively fit Danny Ings. Imagine having 3 fit strikers. That'd be a novelty for us. Now, we come up against Chelsea, who have spent about £1 zillion on every available player in the transfer window. Literally. Chelsea, now, obviously, it ain't going very well for Chelsea. It ain't going very well. All of those multitude of new talents that they've brought in, largely very expensive ones. For instance, the 88 million Mudryk, the Ukrainian, who is shit off a shovel. He's very, very fast. All these players have been brought in together with the collection of egos they already had, and it ain't going too well. And so Todd Bowley, the guy who owns Chelsea, the guy who's funded all of this transfer activity, he wants to see more slam dunks and balls into the end zone. And in one last throw of the dice, before the inevitable sacking of the manager, he has gone out and hired Gilbert Enoka, a mental skills coach who previously worked with the All Blacks, because apparently that's the problem with Chelsea now. He needs to get them all pulling in the same direction. He needs to take them all back to their childhood and, you know, discover their hunger as to why they played football in the first place, and why they're not trying anymore. Now they've made it and they're on like 8-year contracts at Chelsea. Yeah, why they've got their feet up. So yeah, Gilbert Enoka will be the guy to sort all that out. He'll probably outlast the manager, I reckon. But anyway, that's it. I think I'm going to do something really stupid here. I'm going to predict a win. I'm going to predict a home win for West Ham against Chelsea. That's right. You heard me right. 2-1 to West Ham. That's what I'm going to predict. That's what I'm going for this weekend. It's going to be a beautiful Saturday morning. We're going to beat Chelsea. And then in a couple of weeks when we beat Forest, we can all stop worrying about relegation. Wouldn't that be nice? Well, you know, my predictions have been known to have gone wrong, so maybe I'll be right, maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, mind you, my last couple of predictions have been absolutely bang on, including the 1-0 against Newcastle the weekend. So, you know, beware. My predictions may come true. Anyway, that is the Daily Ramble from me. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like, hit the bell notification icon, and subscribe to the channel. Claret and Booze on YouTube. It costs nothing. You just need a Google account. And if you need to know how to get one of those, leave me a message and I'll tell you how. Until next time, see you soon and come on, you irons.